Hey there, Russell Besta here, independent candidate, U.S. Senate, independent and self-funded. You know, every day I drive to St. Albans from Burlington to work. They're two different worlds. Down in Burlington, we got the green Subarus and just the very active, buzzing community. I get up to St. Albans and it's all F-350s and very different community. I love both cultures. They're both very interesting, but very different. And it made me start to think about the whole Kavanaugh thing and just this whole different divisions and different sides. And when you think about the Kavanaugh movement, it's a really tragic situation in that we're going to lose no matter what in this situation. If Kavanaugh wins, then basically the women's survivor movement is going to lose and be very, very unhappy and vocal about it. If Kavanaugh loses, then we run the risk of people false accusations, making things up, thinking, oh, well, 30 years ago I can say this or that. And I'm not discrediting Miss Ford, of course, but that possibility does exist. It's a lose-lose situation for us. And really, we need to get beyond these divisive left versus right things because that really just hurts us and divides us. We're better than that. We really need the middle to get the different sides to come together and work together on a compromise. Compromise sounds easy, but it's very difficult because it sounds weak. It feels weak. But in fact, it's not. It's strong. It's not really the middle. We're really more like parents. We're like parents who take the left side and the right side, the troublemaker, not the troublemakers, but the people who aren't willing to compromise and bring them together. And that's what I'm trying to do. I believe very strongly in the middle, and that's why I focus on issues, not sides. The other thing, getting back to the Kavanaugh issue, is the politics of it all. The politics are terrible, really terrible. If a vote goes off before the midterms, then the Republicans essentially win. If the vote goes off after the midterms and the Democrats get the midterm majority, then the Democrats will win. Either way, it's political. And it's this combination of politicalness and the left versus right has really turned this whole situation into a really big Shakespearean almost tragedy. We got to get around that and stop that. We as parents can come in, the adults in the room, the middle in the room, and suggest the following. We need to have votes for this. It's our government, it's our Supreme Court, not the politicians. So we are the ones who should be ultimately selecting our Supreme Court. I think what we should do is put this to a vote moving forward. Instead of having a selection, it should be a vote by we, the American people. Perhaps the president or whoever's in charge picks 4 or 5 reputable, reasonable candidates, and we get to decide. That's the way it should work. And term limits too. Maybe 16 years, maybe 20 years, something in that nature, with very anticipated hard stop dates. So there's no politicization route. We know and everybody knows, and there's no politics involved in selecting when that selection actually occurs on the Supreme Court. Anyway, that's us. That's the middle. We're the parents in the room, and we need to take ownership in this. So let's move forward and push on these issues and perhaps try to get a vote and let we, the American people, decide who gets to pick their Supreme Court. Anyway, Russell Besta again, independent candidate. Would love to hear your opinions. Thanks very much.